everybody, Jenny Tooley here. How you doing? Before I get into explaining the member services that I have going on right now, I'd really like to thank you guys. Anybody who has supported my work or supported the film I've worked on for the last 5 years, thank goodness it's done. Stuck. Yes, we're unstuck. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you are not already a patron or not already a member of my creative space, let's talk. Basically, over the last few months, I've been trying to figure out the best way to combine what I'm doing. And what I'm doing is I'm being an artist, I'm being a creative, and I'm creating work, whether it's films or acting or books or whatever it may be. And then I'm also somebody who is supporting creatives. So that's what my creative space is about. It's a place where fans and patrons can support my work and I can support the work of other creatives. I wanted to try to combine these two things together to keep it as simple as possible. What's happened, however, is that my creative space lives in two different places. Now, why is that? Because keeping it simple, it seemed like they'd be all in the one place. Well, I tried that. I wanted to bring everything over into my website last year, and I tried to migrate my patrons from Patreon, who have been there for years, over to the new space, and some of them came and some of them didn't, and that's totally fine. But I found it interesting that some people were just sticking with Patreon. All right, well, let's stick with Patreon. So what I've done is I now have fans and patrons can go to Patreon and become patrons. That's basically, you sign up at any tier level. You can put in the amount you want to support my work at per month. $17 a month, fine. You can sign up for a tier, fine. Whatever you sign up for, you're all getting the same stuff, okay? That's my deal. Equilaterally across the boards, everybody's getting the same stuff over there on Patreon. And what that stuff looks like is, that's been ever evolving, honestly, over the last few years. It really depends on what I'm working on, what's going on in my life, and obviously the rest of the world. You might be, right now you're going to receive a weekly digest of everything I've posted anywhere, so you don't have to go look for it. There'll be like a mantra of the week in there. There'll be a blog, a video perhaps, a resource that I've shared. There could also be an exercise in there. And there'll also be something that's just specifically for you guys that I didn't post anywhere else publicly. Because this is a reciprocal relationship. I'm sharing my process with you and my insights with you. And you guys are sharing your support, your financial support with me. So we've got that going. What you're not going to find on Patreon is I am not a content generator on Patreon. So if you're looking for somebody who's a content generator, that is not me. My projects are long-term projects. It could take weeks, months, years, or even decades, in the case of Stuck, to get them made. And that is why I love you guys so much. Anybody who's already a patron, thank you. My patrons usually support me just because they want to support me in my work. And I am so grateful for that. They don't have a high expectation of getting content every day or having a product that's being produced every day for them. So that's Patreon. Now you're going to notice at Patreon that the tiers cap out at $25. You're welcome to pay, you're welcome to put more in there if you want to, but the tiers are actually going to cap out at $25. That's because at $50, my creative space stuff comes in. My creative life support services start kicking in, and that's for creative humans that need some support. So at the $50 tier, you're going to find all of those things over at jennytooley.com. You'll also find the lower tiers as well, because if you want to sign up through jennytooley.com and skip the middleman, I'm totally into that. But you're only going to find the higher tiers that contain the creative life support services at jennytooley.com. $50 level, you're going to get unlimited creative bubbles each month. And as I understand those services more, I'll be adding more services. Now, at jennytooley.com, Creative Space members will get everything patrons get. So y'all are all getting the same things. It's just over here at jennytooley.com, you're going to have access to creative life support services. And why is that? because those things get delivered through my website. And it was becoming way too complicated to go over here to Patreon and try to connect them all. No, keep it simple. So that's the difference. That's the difference. You can sign up at either place. I would love to have you there. The more support I have from you, the less part-time work and freelance work I have to do to support myself. Why is that important? That is important, and I recently really rediscovered why it was important. I recently had a download of a brand new script in my brain, and these things come in fast and furious for me a lot of times, and it's why I don't like to open the gate very often. So this download came in, and it was like kabam. And I'm typing, typing, and I've got 30 pages of it written, and I can't keep going. I need to go and do my paid job over here. So I had to find a way to turn off that part of my brain, which did not want to turn off, and go do my paid job. When I came back to do more writing on the script, it was kind of gone, and I was also really hesitant because I knew I needed to go back to my paid job. And that can just wear you out. Like that is a recipe for burnout. So the more support I get from you guys, from my patrons, from my community, the more of my creative work I can put my attention to, whether that's filmmaking, acting, writing a book, whatever it is. And that means that I can share more with you. So please, if you have not become a patron, please become a patron on either site. They're both up here on the screen. And you're probably already at one site, so just click on through. If you have any questions, please feel free. Just reach out, ask. I'm here. I'm here, you guys. All right. Love you guys. Thank you.